morning, everyone. I'm here with the lovely Patty, and I am doing her fill with Trinity. So she's all prepped, ready to go. No primers needed or anything like that. Just straight to Trinity. Keep your brush flat. Pillow around the cuticle. But she picked the new glitter that I started shipping yesterday in orders. So I thought, I should come on and show you guys what it looks like, because it's pretty. Let me pull up the video so I can see y'all. I don't know why there's a sound. There should not be a sound. Hold on. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Let me turn down my iPad noise to mute so that I'm not hearing myself, because echoes are not the best. All right. Second nail. And just pillow around. There's a little piece of lint in there. Good morning. Oh, both Cindy's and Christina. Cindy. Sorry about the coffee. That's okay. You don't have to be sorry about your coffee. People here know they like coffee too. And the Cindy's are in Oregon. They're probably getting ready to start their own clients for the day. Suki, my nails match your tie. I want to see your tie. Post a picture of your tie and tag me in it so I can look at it later. That's fun. I know, I was trying to figure out Mardi Gras nails, and people are like, oh, you should do Argyle. And I'm like, I just did Argyle on my Christmas nails, but I really liked it. So I was like, okay, but I should do something different with it. So what I did with these is I actually did a gold nail, foiled it. That's why it's really shiny underneath. And then I stamped over the foiled gold nail, and that made it pretty fun. So I like how it turned out. Heather says she loves my client's natural nails. I'll let you read. She does have great natural nails. She has the tricky high hyponychium, so I have to be careful sometimes because I'm shortening, and then there it is. So it's sneaky. It's deceptively longer than you would think. So it's also really important when you are doing your final zap with your e-file, just to thin out the natural nail, keep it from curling. And make sure you don't hit skin when you're doing that if they have the hyponychium. Alrighty. What does that one say? Tan one?
Natural now is dry and unbroken underneath, and you have to take it off and build a new one.
Sorry. Natural nail is dry and broken underneath, and you have to take it off and build a new one. Do I charge them? If it's one nail, no. I typically will fix up to 2 nails for free. If someone comes in and there's 4 nails busted, I'll charge for 2 nails. So I will typically fix up to 2 for free, because 2 is pretty much the max that I would ever see, even if it's, have you ever broken a nail?
No.
Yeah. She's been coming for a minute.
Well, that's not true. One time, then the dog ripped the leash out of my hand.
Oh, bad dog.
Yeah. But no, that's why I like this product so much, because my nails just don't break.
Yeah. And she goes a month each time. And so we almost always do a fade, which is what I'll be showing you guys today. And I do a lot of fades because my clients can go so long, and it really, really helps with keeping them from looking like they're growing out at all. They get compliments all the way at the end. So, all right. So we are grabbing Lustful off my shelf. Here it is. And we're doing what I call the standard Jess fade, which is going to be a color, an aurora, and a glitter. Here's your new glitter. So for those that order from me the next month or so, this is the glitter that you're going to get in your order. So it's pretty fun. Nice spring collection. And it's totally custom. I actually mixed, I think, 4 or 5 different glitters together to create that. So once they're gone, you can't buy it. Once they're gone, but you get one for free every time you order over the next month. So it's pretty fun. My husband's a good sport. He bags Puts them in the little baggies because, you know, when I first did it, I didn't put them in little baggies. And then every now and then, you know, a little vibration and someone's glitter will open. And so now we put them in the baggie and they don't have problems so much. So he labels the baggies and puts them in the baggies. I scoop them.
If they do several orders, they get glitter each time.
They get glitter each time, yeah. So on average, people order once a month or so, or every 3 weeks. So I try to change the glitter every 3 weeks or so. So, all right. So all I'm doing is I'm just trying to blur this line a little bit. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's going to be covered in glitter, so it really doesn't matter too much. But I don't want any, like, just straight lines. So all I'm doing is just dabbing it with the end of my brush just to blur the line a little bit. That's it. There's always a dog leash issue. I have a client that had the same incident. Suki says, Suki.
Once the dog sees something, it's going to chase. If you're not expecting it.
It's true. Suki, if I bring nail camp to Arizona, you have to come hang with us. Thinking about it. I think Arizona would be nice for Nail Camp West if I'm doing it. I'm trying to do them in early November. So the next one I'm looking at is in California. Negotiating with a group of facility right now. I've been changing. It's just not been great facilities. One, it really wants us to come there, but I don't love it. So I'm probably not going to go with that one. So I found another one.
What color white are you using?
This isn't white. This is Lustful. This is a newer pink that we have. So it's kind of a lighter version of Serenity. And I'll show you real quick. Fairy, many people have been using for a long time. Very, very popular, especially in the spring. But I have clients that wear Fairy all year and nothing else. So it is similar, but it's a warmer tone. Okay, go ahead. So these are my swatches that I did for the newest collection that's out right now. Ooh, one got busted. But this is Fairy and this is Lustful. So I did a side-by-side just because people are like, oh, is this one like the one I use? And it's similar, but one's more pinky, one's more warm. So that's the new colors. All right, second coat. All right, second coat on the end. And again, this is just to get our color on the tip. And I definitely do this with white, excuse me, often. I did it yesterday with white and pink. So basically these two, but we didn't do any chunky glitter. It was just the white and the pink. But she found the chunky glitter on my desk. So I typically have a collection of a couple of glitters, whether it's seasonal or favorites, you know, that time of the year. I have a little pile of glitters, and so the new one that I put out is always there. So the Mardi Gras glitter had been there. And then now it's this one. So if you want to try those new collections, I still have some mini sets in. I believe it's the Voyage collection. You can try the mini bottles, which are very cute. And then when you use up a mini, then you can get a full size. But they last for a long time. And they're really nice if you tend to travel at all. Because if you're like, oh, I got to take a couple colors to so-and-so's house or whatever, you can just grab your minis and run with them.
How is it for full coverage? Does it shadow?
This one is great for full coverage. It doesn't really shadow now. It's a really good solid pink. So it's been really nice. Excuse me. Jaded has a little bit of a clear quality to it. It's interesting because it's not clear. It looks like jade. You know how jade has a little bit of that see-through-esque look to it, but it's not really see-through? Mm-hmm. That's what jaded looks like. It's really cool. I don't know how they did that to where it really looks like jade. So it's cool. So again, this doesn't have to be like a perfect line. It makes it super easy. You don't have to worry about what the cuticle looks like. Just brush it half on the nail, and then you're just going to blend it up a little bit. If your client's nails are quite a bit longer than this, I typically will just go at least past their natural smile line so that as it grows out, you don't see their natural smile line peeking through. And just quick blur of the line. When you do a fade like this and you're covering with glitter, it's so easy compared to the solid color fades that we have to do sometimes, because glitter hides a multitude of sins. Translucency, Suki says. It is translucent, but it's not. Like, you look at it, it's not translucent, but it has that kind of look to it. It's really cool. All right. So I'm grabbing my Aurora Pink. My Aurora Pink is serving as my glue. Because I used pink on the tip, we're going to go ahead and use pink here. You could use silver if you want. You can use any of them. You can use pearl. Is pink sufficient?
Pink is wonderful.
All right, pink it is. So I'm going to go ahead and do my glue first, and then before I cure it, I'm going to dab on my chunky. I needed to take a drink. All right, so I don't have to... It's a little bit much on that one. If you're not sure your client's super on board with what you're doing, do the pinky first and then say, oh, is this what you want? And then they'll say, yes, it's lovely. And then you can continue. I know she's going to dig this, so I'm not even going to bother. That's what happens when you know. You know your people. I know this one. Normally, she's a big orange and apricot, and we do the sunny ones. So as summer comes, we'll be doing, I'm sure, lots of, yeah, orange, apricot, gold. Sunshine on the nails. So just getting this, you know, the nice thing about these Auroras is they have 3 sizes of glitter in every pot. So there's really microfine glitters in here. And it allows you to push that up. Do you see how tiny those glitters are? It allows you to push that up kind of on the cuticle area more towards that direction. And it gives you a better faded effect. If you're just using a chunky glitter, you're not going to get as nice of a faded effect as if you use a combination of fine, ultrafine, and chunky glitters. So this will give you, see I'm pulling it down. And then I'm kind of pushing up the chunkier glitters. And it's leaving the finer glitters on the nail, and that gives her a better effect. But as you can see, like even just with the glitter that I'm putting on, how sloppy I was with blurring that line, no problem. So don't waste a lot of time trying to blur that line, you guys. Do it as fast as I did and move on. You don't need it because you're not going to see it. It's a little bit too much. I'm just putting it back. All right, so after I've blended all my glitter, that is going to be my base. You can check and see if there's anywhere that looks funky. That needs a little bit more fading. There was some extras of the bright pink there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my brush. I don't have to clean my brush because I'm going to use my brush as a picker-upper. So here we go. And then this is all just option. How much of the chunky glitter do you want to put on? I like to kind of spread it around. Try not to make it look like a straight line. And pick up some of the... There's bigger ones and larger ones in here. So I'm picking up a combination of them. Because it's fun, because there's like turquoise and pinks and it's very springy. One of my clients yesterday says that their horses are shedding like crazy. And she says, so I know there's not going to be another snowstorm because they won't do that if there is. I'm like, didn't know horses can predict the weather, but that's awesome.
That's nice.
Like, we only had one this year. Apparently, tonight on Grey's Anatomy, it is a Seattle snowstorm. So that should be interesting. Because, you know, I feel like sometimes the producers for shows have never actually been to the city that they're filming in, supposedly. So movies all the time I find hilarious when they're like in Seattle and it's just pouring. And I'm like, yeah, we don't get that kind of rain, but thanks for thinking of us. How's it looking? Pretty fun, huh? Party on the nails.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. And the trick with doing this and not having to finish file is important if you're going to be getting your clients done in the right amount of time so that you can then do their toes. In this instance, it's toe day, right?
It is toe day.
It's toe day, so we gotta go do toes after this. So you gotta get them done in time, and a good time saver is to use a better top coat, a little bit thicker top coat so that it can float over all these chunky glitters. Terry says this is so her flavor. Well, it's not super purpley, Terry. Terry's a purple girl. She's out in Atlanta. Bummed nail camp's not out there this year. I can't see her. I got to visit her last year when we did nail camp out there, but off to Maryland we go. For those of you going to camp, I talked to Dave with Intrinsics today about your swag. So he's going to make sure we got some stuff. They've rebranded their table towels and wipes and tow rope and everything like that in your guys' swag bag. So I am on the prowl trying to get the goods for you. The bags are in. The pens are in. You want to see our new pens? Aren't they so cute?
Oh, they are cute.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, they turned out pretty cute. So we ran out last year, and I didn't realize we had run out until we were already at camp, so I felt really bad because I didn't have pens to give everybody. So I made sure that we are well equipped with new pens for everybody to take notes. So good to go. All right, so blurring. So I know some of you will do this and then accidentally let them go into the light. Even 2 seconds in the light is going to cure this glitter, and it's no longer going to be your glue. So if you do that on accident, then you will need to use maybe a little bit of Luxio base or something like that to stick your chunky glitter, because your chunky glitter is not going to stick just on top of a cured glitter. So if you accidentally make that mistake, use some base, just brush it on just really thin, just enough to grab onto the glitter so that you can do it. You can read those for me, Patty.
Let's see, Terry. I am, but that's just gorgeous. I'm from Maryland, Mendy.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what could happen if you're going to premiere this year? I could always find a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I'm not going to premiere, I don't think.
And then this is so nice to watch you when I'm at work. Lighting, architecture is fun, but today is exhausting. 53 minutes into work.
Lighting architect. Why aren't you doing nails, Suki? Nails all the time. It's nice. I know it's interesting when it'd be cool to interview 100 nail techs that do other stuff and just find out what it is that they do, because there's so many different, a lot of nail techs don't just do nails, they do other jobs too. It's be interesting to find out all the career paths people have taken. My license renewal came in, and 20 years now.
20 years.
20 years I've been doing nails. Crazy. My friend Vicky, who passed away, but I used to plan nail camp with her, and I'd go on nail cruises with her and everything. It was really fun. But she called me the baby for so long. I think it was 8 years. And she'd be like, oh, you're just a baby. I'm like, I have been doing nails for 8 years now. When are you going to stop calling me a baby? And she's like, all right, fine. But it was pretty funny. She would have loved this lustful color because she loved Serenity, which is the darker version of it. She would have dug it big time.
All right, Sakura is learning about LEDs for nail technology, and she swims professionally too.
It's a boy. This is Suki. He's a he.
He's a he.
He's a he.
Sorry about that, Suki.
He's
Can't
not
see the
offended.
picture. It's too small.
Too small. I know. He's not offended. He's cool like that.
Okay.
He's a swimming master. He likes to swim and race and...
Nice.
He's always challenging himself.
It's okay. Thanks.
Sometimes I get glitter on the tip, and I don't really like glitter right on the tip.
really
because
don't.
I do. I want
know.
it to be like solid right there and be like color, boom.
Always do it that way.
I do.
I like that. It's nice because then you can see just the
Then you
color.
can see just the color by itself, and it's not all glitter. I like to have a little bit of just color.
I do know that about you.
I know. It's my way. I like that you can see all the colors. There's some iridescents and some teals. It's really fun.
That's a cool way to spell Patricia.
Oh, Patricia from Lake Stevens. Hello, darling. You might have seen her. Did you go to Patricia when I was gone last year?
Oh.
That's
Maybe.
that Patricia.
Ah, okay. I did.
When I was out of the country. I can't believe it was a year ago already. I had a thing pop up the other day from when we hot air ballooned in Luxor. I was like, oh, that was so cool. It was really cool. I have other degrees, a dog groomer, certified nurse, associated for my life back in Sweden. Someday I'll make it to Sweden. So anyway, if you guys order from me in the next few weeks, you get this for free in your order. So look for it in your box. Sometimes it's buried in the packing peanuts. I try to keep it not buried, but things happen. Okay, let's get this done because I'm going to paint your toes up. Do you want to do the pink with this on top for your toes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm using Options Clear as her top coat. And it's really nice and shiny. It's a little bit thicker than a regular gloss, which will allow you to float it over your glitter. And you cure it I cure it a minute instead of 30 seconds. Technically, it's cured in 30 seconds, but I find that it's shinier if we cure it a full minute. It's extremely flexible. So if you do this on a client where you've got a glitter fade like this and you are covering it with Options Clear, the chance that they're ever going to break this nail is like super slim because this second layer adds so much strength that it is super, super, super strong. And you can use Options Crystal Clear, either one. Options Crystal Clear is a little bit harder, which is fine. So just whatever you have in your drawer, they both work basically the same. Where they are different is in how hard they are. So Crystal Clear is a harder gel than Options Clear, which if you are sculpturing out a full set of nails, you definitely would want to use Options Crystal Clear as opposed to Options Clear because Options Clear is so flexible. But otherwise, doesn't really matter. This one actually had a little bit of a leak when it came from the manufacturer, so I said, sure, I can use it. A little bit there. Make sure that's off and then wipe. I could use a wipe, but if I use a wipe, I sometimes hit the nail and then you get fuzz. So that's why I wipe that with my finger, and then I wipe my finger right off. You don't want to keep product on your skin, so get it off and cleaned off as soon as possible. So as I brush this on, I'm thinning down at the tip. I want to make sure that I don't have a bunch of bulk and excess. But what's going to happen is it's going to just completely smooth out. Do you guys see the line of light? It has an angle because of the curve in the nail, but it's totally smooth. So you don't have to go through and finish file. You're going to cure this and she's going to be done. If you have someone that comes in that really wants like super thin nails, I have one that I barely put the base coat on. She's like, make sure it's thin. And I'm like, I am. There's like almost nothing on here, I promise. And then she'll go to choose a glitter. And I'm like, if you do a glitter, it's going to be thicker. She's like, okay, do something else. I'm like, okay. Like I can do foil, and foil can be extremely thin. But for most people that have been wearing nails forever, this is still thinner than, you know, acrylic or something like that they had in the past. So, but it just kind of comes with the glitter territory. All right, I'm just going to double check this, make sure that nothing moved a little bit. This one moved just a little bit. I want to make sure it's in the position that I want. If anything got in the cuticle, you can just do that. All right, in the light, please. Tanlin says,
even though nails are my passion, have to expand because it's killing my back. I will be doing spray tans, tanning beds, and a cocoon bed in my new salon.
Cool. Yeah. It is brutal on the back. I went in on my 40th birthday to the doctor because I'm like, my back pain is awful. And they sent me to physical therapy, which I don't think really did anything because physical therapist was kind of like, your back, like, you know, they think, oh, you need to strengthen your core, but well, nail techs have quite a strong core, so that's not the problem. So the physical therapist was like, I don't know what to do. So she worked out, massaged out the knots that I had. I had some insanely large, almost tennis Sally's ball knots. So she got those off after a couple weeks. But I have a back massager now to kind of let it roll on my knots when they get bad. I don't know, today's a 14-hour day. I'd be surprised if by about 4 o'clock I'm not ready to take something. But yesterday I did all right. We'll see. It is a rough on the back situation. So I can understand having to do more than one thing. Does anyone have any questions about this process that I just did? It's fun springtime nails. And they're nice because they're completely clear as it grows out. So I always find that I get more compliments that last couple of weeks just because their nails get longer and you really see the fade from clear a little bit more. So when you're doing this, make sure you're floating over the nail. If you're dragging all of the product off your glitter, you're never going to get a nice smooth nail. So use a very light touch when you are gliding it over. And then just give it a second to smooth out. I'll just double check these. They look all right. And in you go. Excuse me. All right, so after they've come out of the light, take a prep and wipe. It's not going to squeak as much as it does with the other gloss, so you're not going to hear the squeak. It's a little bit different, so it's not going to do that. But you do want to go through and always file your edges. Make sure your shape is exactly how you want it from underneath. Doesn't like to be murderous on the corners so much, so I take them a little bit off. What?
It's true. I'm surprised that you know that about me.
I've been doing your nails how long?
It's 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Had I already been married when I met you?
No, you were getting married.
It's 5 years
5 years
already.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, then longer than that.
yeah.
I
Can
guess
you
I found
believe
you
it?
soon after I moved here.
Yeah, I can't believe it's already been 5 years. Crazy. He's still cute though, so I'll keep him.
He is. He's got a great smile. He's got the best smile. His whole face smiles.
We went and got his hair cut yesterday. I apologize if some of you heard this story yesterday. I might have already talked about it. Went and got his hair cut when we were in New Orleans. And he let them cut it like a bob, like straight across. And so I go pick him up. I'm like, what did they do to your hair? He's like, I cut it. I'm like, yeah, it's really short. And he's like, yeah, I figured if I was doing it, I might as well do it. And I'm like, okay, but did he not layer it? It doesn't look like he layered it. He goes, well, he asked if I wanted it layered. And I said, no. I'm like, you say yes. I said, you have curly hair. You can't say no. You need to say yes when they layers, always with curls. I'm like, you're going to look like a mushroom head. It's just going to frizz right out, and you're just going to look like a mushroom. Aww. And he's like, well, we can go back. I'm like, no, I am a service provider. If someone came back after I did what they wanted me to do and asked me to do it again, I would not be so happy. So, no. And he goes, no, we'll go back. I'll pay him more. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. And so we go back. And he's like, sorry, my wife said I should have got layers. And he's like, mm-hmm. And I'm like, God. So he sits down and he cuts layers in it. And then we leave. And I'm like, see, look at what your curls are doing. Mm-hmm. Much better than frizz ball mushroom. It's like, oh, my Lord almighty.
That is a fantastic story. That's awesome.
So I've gotten used to it now, but the first few days I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so short because it's like now above his like collar of his jacket.
Right.
It was pretty long.
It was long. Yeah.
But then he cut like a foot off, really, when you look at the curls of it.
Right.
So yeah, now it's better. But it also, because it's shorter, it, first thing in the morning.
It's so squinched up.
It's very Albert Einstein is probably the best way to describe it. And I'm like, hat today? Because, he comes home from work and showers immediately because he's covered in construction stuff. And, so his hair's fine at night, but then in the morning it's like now frizzed out like Albert Einstein. So he's like, yeah, wear a hat. I'm like, okay, that's good. hats are good. Thought about getting some hats made for camp just because, once you've gone to camp, you realize it's really not fun to like have to do your hair if you don't really want to do your hair. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, hey, I should have some hats for nail camp. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'll have to see if anyone else responds and says, yeah, I want hats for nail camp. And then I will have them made. Just probably with the logo. So I'm being really super careful when I go around and do this part. Especially here on her thumb, you have to make sure that you're really just right at an angle, right on the corner. Just like you don't want to go too deep or you're going to hit her high hyponychium. So really important not to do that. This oil is delightful. It's the Cuccio oil. I sell it now on my website, and I think this is the mango one. It's like my second mango one because I ran out of the first one, and I'm like, I have to keep using it. It's delicious.
It's way better than that cuticle oil that most people use.
Yeah, it's not almond. It's mango, and there's like pear and different scents and stuff, and they are delicious. So, yeah, and they're not too expensive for nail techs to get a nice big fat bottle. So, all right. There she is, everyone. I hope you had fun hanging with us. I'm going to go do her toes now. I'm a few minutes behind, which happens when I start chatting. So we're going to go over and do her toes, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye.